What is going on out there, peeps? All right, so I'm sure most of you already know the reason why you haven't seen a lot of new videos is because I was over in DC for the week, paying attention to what was going on there. There's a lot of very interesting things that I'll be sharing with you a little bit later, but let's just stick to Iraq because as I was keeping up with the news, I was noticing some things that were happening that we had talked about in previous videos. Okie doke. So you got a reminder to everybody that if you're thinking about buying precious metals, please give a consideration to our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. So you guys know I'm on Twitter, but I'm going to be leaving Twitter here probably within the next couple of days. So I'm just letting you know now, and I keep saying it on videos. After what happened with, our president and a lot of other conservative people getting literally kicked off the platform, you could see there's a lot of people just saying, screw this, they're bouncing. Over 3,000 people that usually follow me have already jumped ship, and I'm going to be one of those people as well. So I'm just warning you in advance that in about next couple days, most likely I won't be using Twitter anymore. So I am on Facebook. You guys know that. The links are in the description. You guys know I'm on LBRY and also UGEtube, okay? I'm also on Parler, but Parler's having problems, and we'll get into all that other stuff a little bit later. Again, you guys know this. I got another YouTube channel called The Hidden Things in Front of Your Eyes. Over here, there are things I could talk about. I did discuss some of the things that are happening at the rally. There's a lot more information than that. Okay, I'm going to be releasing later on. I did an interview with the person that was literally in there and witnessed everything that went on. So it's going to be interesting for you guys to check out. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. Come on over there. All right, so we're going to get into Iraq because, again, there's a few things that are happening that I've been eyeballing and we talked about in previous videos that we want to pay attention to. Some of these I'm just going to generally shoot by real quick because there's a lot of stuff. All right, so anyways, it says the Finance Committee holds a meeting in which the discussion of the general budget law continues. This is part of their constitution. Parliament now has the budget. They need to review it, make any kind of changes, amendments. They just keep doing new readings over and over. I am going to come back to this when I do my gold and silver video today, but just to touch bases on it real quick, it's saying that, hey, Iraq has held its place in the world as far as its gold holding. And again, I'll get into more detail with that later on. Saleh and Fayyad affirmed their respect for the sovereignty of Iraq and refused to interfere in its internal affairs, as they should. Let them do what they need to do. Okay, so anyway, it said the president of the Republic of Iraq and the head of the Popular Mobilization Authority on Sunday affirmed respecting the sovereignty of Iraq and refusing to interfere in its internal affairs. All right, so there's a little head bumping going on, mostly against these different factions. Now remember, I told you these people who are backed by Iran are starting to get really cocky over there, just like Iran is. They're feeling emboldened with the Biden administration. Okay, that's what it is, and we got elections coming up, so I'm gonna be curious to see what happens. But nonetheless, they told them to keep an eye on the prize, and that is to keep ISIS and any other bad hombres out of the country. So this is good. It says for the second day, all right, the dollar continues to decline against the dinar. Remember, I was saying, look, it's not just a RI or an RV you should be counting on. There's other things that can happen that'll help increase the value of the dinar. Now, that doesn't mean an RI and RV is not going to happen. I never said that. I'm saying there are other things that can help the situation out. And one of those things are what? The purchasing power or the power of the US dollar falling. In other words, it's losing its value. And there's articles galore out there about how the dollar is taking a hit. It should not be a surprise. We are expecting this sucker to tank big time. So if this thing drops in value, what's that do to other currencies? They go up in value. So the Iraqi dinar will go up against the US dollar. What does this mean? Well, right now, let's say for $1, I can get, what is that, 1,450 Iraqi dinars. So if the U.S. dollar starts to lose its purchasing power and it's not as strong as it used to be, well, heck, that means maybe my $1 only gets me 1,100 dinars. That's the right direction. That's the way we want it to go in. It'll continue to go. But there are other factors, I'm telling you, that you could see coming up. And this is why I said when they devalued the dinar, not to get all bummed about it, because I think it's going to be a temporary thing. And there's a lot of things that indicate this. The U.S. dollar held above its 2018 low against a basket of major currencies. That was on Friday. So the jobs data likely gives a clue to the extent of the physical stimulus needed to prop up the Rona-hit economy. So all we need to know is this. Take a look at this. This is just since Christmas. You can see the dollar continues to lose its value. It did rebound a little bit here, but this is an ongoing trend. Okay? If you want to make the dollar stronger, open up the economy, but we know that's not going to happen. So whether you're holding on to precious metals or you're holding on to the Vietnam Dong or the Iraqi Dinar, and there is a new one we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to explain to you why you should be eyeballing another currency. Okay, but nonetheless, the dollar is easily losing its purchasing power. It doesn't have the same strength that it used to. So as this loses its value, gold, silver go up against it. And I guess cryptocurrencies have been doing really good as well. And I'll do a video explaining that and going over that as well. So this is good. We want to keep an eye on. As you can see, it continues to go slowly but surely decline. But make no doubt about it, it's going to crash. All right, so basically that's what this is here. Is saying, hey, little by little, the dollar continues to lose its value against the Iraqi dinar. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to jump right out and make a rate change, okay? These things go up and down all the time. What we want to see is it consistently go down, down, down to the point where they're forced to make a rate change. We already know there's been a lot of talk about them. They made a change to devalue the Iraqi dinar, and I've seen several articles already talking about hey, it was good at the time, but now it's time to go ahead and raise the value of the dinar. We'll get into that. So again, this is what we want to watch. This is good news. Okay, it's good news for us. Here you go. Here's Parler. We all know what's happening on Parler because, look, there's an attack against your civil rights over here in the United States. And, they're going after freedom of speech. They'll use every excuse in the world to go after it. They're going to do away with our Constitution. For those of you out there going, that's not possible, then you're not paying attention. Nonetheless, if they can't do it one way, they find another to do it. Everybody knows that the Parler is the freedom of speech platform. And so since they couldn't get them to stop doing it, they just went out to their particular internet providers, and the internet providers dropped their apps as well as removing them, getting ready to remove them off of their service providing internet. Yeah, that's the kind of tactics we're dealing with. In case you haven't noticed, this is a communist move. Anyways, we'll get past that. Look at this. Great news, even more. I spoke about this. I said it was my opinion that before the end of 2021, remember they were saying around 2021 that the gift, I think they said $52, $54. I said it ain't going to take that long. Now, I didn't think it was going to happen this quick, but I was like, no, I don't think so. My thought was once we start getting around sometime in spring, you would see it get up to around $54, $56. It's already there. Remember, when the Brent crude oil price per barrel increases, that brings in extra revenue to the Iraq government. Their budget is based on $42 a barrel. So anything above what they calculated only benefits them. We need them to get out of the habit of relying so much on the money they make off oil. But this is really good because what will this do? Of course, it strengthens the economy, helps them out, and in return, you'll see it strengthen the Iraqi dinar. With this extra money, what they could start doing is financing these other projects, opening up private sectors, and creating more jobs so that they don't have to rely so much on oil. So this is good. Budget was calculated for $42 a barrel. They're up to $56 a barrel. This is because Saudi Arabia went ahead and on their own decided to reduce the production of oil that they do by 1 million barrels. I believe it's a day, which is a lot, but nonetheless, they're reducing it, and that alone caused the value of the barrels to go up. Now, here's the cool thing about this. I see what's going on. Remember, I told you in one of my videos that the Arab accounting, the Arab Monetary Fund was again bringing the Iraqi dinar into their currencies. But they talked about this a while ago. They're already part of the 22 or 23 nations that are signed above the Arab Monetary Fund. But the problem was their value of their currency was kind of low. But in that article, it said they were bringing them on anyways. And I thought, there was some chitter chatter about these other richer nations, including Qatar, including Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, helping build the reserves for Iraq so their exchange rate would increase. It would become stronger. Now, they haven't come right out and said it yet, but it certainly looks like they're heading in that direction. One of the things they're doing, reducing the production of oil. Are they tied together? I don't know. This is just my opinion. But this is, to me, it looks like one of the biggest steps they could take to help Iraq start strengthening up their currency, okay? So the oil production reduced by OPEC. This will cause the price per barrel of oil to go up, which it has. Remember again, the Iraqi budget is for $42 a barrel. It is up to 56. So we'll keep an eye on it, see how long it lasts. But this is one of those steps that you watch and you go, ooh, nice. Nice. That's what I'm watching. We want to see that happen. I like to see that go up a little bit more. I like to actually see it get up somewhere around the 60s. Little hard to do if we're not out and about and we're still stuck in communism, lockdown, hell. Okay, so anyways, this guy goes on to talk about what's going on with Brent crude oil, where they're expected, Bloomberg markets, how these things. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can hear them. All right.
You want to say it's a demand situation, Guy, but I mean, it feels more like a supply situation because the other commodities are not really agreeing with the rally in Brent.
It is a supply situation.
Forecast, but that's really because of the Saudi Arabian cut that happened that did surprise the markets. I wonder how long it can kind of move on its own versus the other industrial commodities.
So a couple of things to say on that, one of which is I'm surprised the market's taking this view. I read into the Saudi decision an indication that maybe lockdowns are having a much bigger effect on the demand side than maybe the market is anticipating. And as you say, copper is down today. It's down by 0.7%. Iron ore is down. Aluminium is...
We don't care about all that part. All we care about is the oil. So what they're saying makes sense. That's why I'm saying we'll take advantage of it. It's good right now. But again, don't get overly excited with good news and don't get overly down with bad news. The reason why the value is going up is absolutely because of the reduction in production of oil. There's no demand because the world is on lockdown. Once we start coming out of lockdown, if that ever happens, then the value will definitely start shooting up based on demand. So again, these are another one of these indicators. An increase in the value of crude oil, a decrease in the value of the US dollar. Those are just a couple of other things we want to watch that helps the Iraqi dinar gain value against the US dollar. Okay, it's baby steps, but it's still a positive thing. This is going to happen in increments. So, don't get your panties in a wad. Don't get overly impatient. It's going to happen. And this is me not even mentioning the fact that an RI or an RV could happen. So just put that aside. What I want you to do is focus on what we could see. We've been hearing rumors about the RV and RI for a long time. And before you guys start putting in the comment, oh, look, Pimpy is now kicking the can down the road on the RI or the RV. No, I'm not. What I'm trying to do is show you other things to look for that can help this away from the RI, RV. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen, okay? So good. This is one of those other indicators. So this here is interesting, and I will touch on this in another video because this here is there are a plethora of rumors about what's going to happen over here by the beginning of this next week. And all of a sudden, all those puzzle pieces are starting to play into it. If you want to see the video, go over to the hidden things in front of your eyes and then wait for me to post the video because it's very interesting. Anyways, so let's get past some of these other articles, like a Parliament agenda for next Monday. We know this. We know they've been reviewing the budget. This is good. We know that Iraq and LBRY are still talking a little bit. Now they're dealing with the situation with the electrical power, so they don't continue to have to get that extension from the United States. Okay, just so they can do business with Iran. Again, still good there. I want to check because I could have swore there's one other thing. Look at this, the dollar record, a new low against the Iraqi dinar within 1 day. This is good. So within 1 day, it's a new record low. Okay, so we want to continue to see the U.S. dollar lose its power against the dinar. That's what the direction we want it to go into. Okay, so this is a good thing. But on the market, what you can see, we all know it's $1 for 1,450 dinars. But you can see on the market, it is down, but not like anything that's, you should start skipping around your underwears about. I mean, this is only down to for $1, 1,422. Slight difference, nothing major. Okay, but still good. We want to see this consistently happening. Okay, we are committed to the results. Okay, we know this. They're getting along. So here's an interesting thing. Biden appoints an envoy to the Middle East. It's this wording that he's using that is very suspicious to me, but I won't get into that because we're going to keep talking about the dinar. But this will lead into another currency I think you guys should keep an eye on. This thing right here. Okay, what is being talked about and what I think is going to happen. Okay, so again, with the, here it is. Now, talking about the Arab Monetary Fund. Look at this. Iraq issues an official position on the restoration of relations between Saudi Arabia and Qatar. This is good. They're all, in case you haven't noticed. And the funny thing is, the article above, it talks about all the great things that Biden's going to do for the Middle East. Well, here's my thing. Trump got 5 Arab nations to sign an Abraham peace agreement. He brought peace to the Middle East. I'm not sure how you're going to top that. But let's go ahead and keep our fingers crossed and hope he does just as good of a job. But I doubt it. Nonetheless, what I'm noticing is these Arab nations are now doing a lot of talking, a lot of agreements together. Not saying that they haven't done them in the past, but they seem to be a whole lot more cooperative recently. So this, I believe, is leading to something else. Nonetheless, this goes back again to the Arab Monetary Fund, them bringing Iraqi dinar into their currency basket, them doing what they need to do to help strengthen that currency so that it helps strengthen what they use for trade, which is known as the Arab accounting dinar. Okay, so new development. So you can see like almost all the time in the news, there's something about the rate. So this is a good article, you guys, if you really kind of want to understand the different, because you'll hear me talk, and I know there's other people talking about the different rates. There was a time when I was saying, look, for some reason they're keeping dual rates. They have a market rate and they have a real rate. But if you want to get an understanding of it, the link's in the description. Come down here where it says exchange rate concepts. All this is just concepts, people. If somebody's telling you that, there's something in this that they're going to do, they're misleading you. This is explaining what the concepts are, how it works, the terminology. What does it mean? What affects the different rates? How come there's different kinds of rates? Okay, so it's a good read. It's in my opinion, a good way to get an understanding of the exchange rate and what we're looking for. So it does give you some examples in here, which is really good, but you can see this article is long, and all it is just explaining to you how it works, all right? All right, so other than that, again, I'm watching the different things that affect the dinar, which I'm really pumped about. The fact that, crude oil is going up in value. That's a great thing. Okay. The Arab Monetary Fund bringing Iraq into their currency basket, that's a great thing. Watching the U.S. dollar lose its power against the dinar, that's a great thing. So people are like, well, what should I do, Pimpy? Should I get more? I always tell you guys, look, go over here. It's here. The dinar. Come on over here and buy some, okay? The link's in the description, and the great thing about the NESARA shop is this. They will deliver anywhere in the world. And some of these other exchanges, they don't deliver to certain locations. All right, but I'm just letting you know this is a good company. I had a chance to talk to people on more than one occasion. So, again, I tell everybody once I find a place, I usually stay pretty loyal to it unless something happens. I was using another exchange. They ran out of the dinar. This gentleman reached over to me and said, we actually have it. And so I shared this information with you. Okay? So, again, the Iraqi dinar is here. There's some good deals going on. Take advantage of them. And just for being my subscriber, if you buy some dinar from this particular company, then you can use discount code Pimpy and save yourself a few dollars. Okay? Yes, they are slightly a little bit higher than other exchanges, but again, these people deliver everywhere. Okay? So it's the cost for delivery is a little bit more. So anyways, because somebody brought that to my attention, and I was just saying that, yeah, I mean, that's like anywhere. You can go put up there 5 different exchanges and there's 5 different prices, okay? As long as you're not gouging people, it's all good. So nonetheless, you guys come over here to the NESARA shop. They have your dinar there, still in store. Come on over there, pick some up if you're interested in it. Like I said, look, this isn't, you could just see the writing on the wall. They devalued the Iraqi dinar. I really do believe, this is just my opinion, that it's a short-term thing. So just think of it this way. Buy on the dip, okay? Right, you guys, come on over in this area shop and check them out. Again, you can use discount code Pimpy and save yourself a few bucks. All right? All right. So, that's it for now. Look, the news is exciting. There was a lot of news when I was gone. I'm sorry. But it was really hard to kind of keep up with current events, as well as read these and then try to do a video off my phone. It's not easy. All right, you guys, that's it for now. Let me know what you think, man. Hit the thumbs up button. You guys should be happy, man. I'm happy. Well, maybe you don't have to be happy. I'll be happy for you, all right? So anyways, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later.